and do ballet, and now his claws are not there to tame your hair, has become a crazy mane. Lots of love from Annie in Leeds. Thank you, Annie. And this one's from Hannah Matthews. Russell, Russell, Russell with your ball bag, so delightful. Trevor, Trevor, Trevor with your fudgery and tutu. Matt, Matt, Matt with your t-shirts and your dancing. We like the radio show because it's filled with these mad things. Nice one, Hannah. Lovely poem. Hi, Russ. Here's my poem. Sometimes poems don't rhyme, like the ones written by John the Baptist. Here's my poem. Leave Trevor alone. Now he has no home. He'd be sad. You'd be glad. Justice been done. Homeless of one. Trev's paid for his crime. Done his time. Let him out o' the box, you swine. I love Trevor Locklin in Liverpool. Trevor, there's some support there, darling. You all right in your box? Oh, he's gone quite good.
I like it when it goes quiet.
It's lovely, isn't it? It's much better, I think. Mark always looks in as if he might have genuinely died. Mark,
if he's gone all stiff like a hamster.
I would bury him in that box. Let's dig him up and see what it's like. I'd just like to see maggots crawling out of Trevor Locke's skull. It would cheer me up no end. So anyway, Addy, it's good to have you on the show. Now tell us about this thing that happened the other night. Even though it is a little bit depressing, I'll try and keep the mood upbeat.
Yes, the other night I knew it was all going to go wrong from the start because
what were we doing?
I turned up to a party a week early.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, I like enthusiasm.
Yeah, but you know, I was confused about the date, and I got there early, and I phoned up. There was no one who was supposed to be at the party there,
right.
And my friend said to me, "You're here a week early. The party's actually next week Friday." So I thought, all right, I'll continue the party.
Don't be a week early for a party.
No, it's no good. It's no good.
Just arrive right on time, like Black Box used to say.
You're seen as a lonely fool.
Of course you are.
But no, I arrived at this party and I thought, well, I'll continue if there's no one going to be there. So I phoned up a friend of mine and said, let's go into town. Yeah. So we took a stroll into town and we went to a certain club. Am I allowed to mention?
Yes, you are. I think it's called Modiva. You and your mate are in wheelchairs.
Yeah, we're both in wheelchairs.
What's the name of it?
Modiva. Modiva is the club. It's on Argyle Street in London, near the Palladium. Modiva.
That club, yeah, that one, Modiva. But anyway, we arrived there and...
what, Modiva? The club in Modiva?
Modiva.
What happened next at Modiva, Addy?
Well... I've been to this club a few times.
Yeah, I've been there before, a bit stuck up.
Yeah, it was slightly stuck up, but generally the staff are pretty nice to me.
Right.
There's a few stairs, a few stair issues. But
people are helpful.
Yeah, but the people were helpful and I've had no problems. But this time I turned up and I received a frosty reception.
Frosty?
It was frosty.
The last thing you need is a frosty reception. Unless it's from Tony the Tiger. Oh, they're great. They're not great. So, it was prejudiced.
It was. Immediately I saw this look upon the guys' faces and I knew...
What's this, the bouncer?
Yeah, the bouncer.
What did he look like?
Well, he was...
Hold on, let me take a guess. White, skinhead.
Well, sort of, yeah. He was kind of like... Right said Fred, sort of
okay.
bald-headed geezer looking.
Right.
But anyway, he gave me a little bit of a dodgy look, and I said to him, "Yeah, can I come in? This is the entrance we usually use. It's a normal way of getting into this club." And he said, looked at us, thought about it, and it was quite quick for someone who I consider a Luddite. But anyway, he said...
He was probably scared by the chair.
Yeah. Those wheels! Oh, my God, they move! And he said, no, this is membership only tonight. And I was like, what?
Curious.
And it's not normally membership only. And I said, but have you changed your policies and stuff? He said, no. And I was a little bit cross and said to him, well, I don't believe you, and disagreed with him and decided to push off. And then he said, yeah, that's right, clear off, you effing cripples.
Clear off, you effing cripples, said the doorman at the Modiva.
Yes. Modiva, was it?
Modiva, said, the doorman said they employ people there that say F off, you effing cripples at Modiva, London, Modiva. Wonder what their email address is. I wonder what happens if you Google Modiva and send them an email because they say F off, you effing cripples.
Exactly.
Two national heroes, Adia Depatar, an MBE, member of the basketball team, got us in the blooming Olympic Games, went over to Singapore, pinch my skin! Okay, so they said... F off, you effing cripples. Then what happened?
Well, you know, I'm usually a man of calm nature. You know?
Are? You're relaxed.
Yeah, I'm relaxed. It doesn't. It takes.
Except when you're womanising, then you're a bit overbearing.
Says Russell Brand.
Come on! Don't believe everything you read in the papers or police documents.
I learned everything from you, my friend. But anyway, yeah, I was a little bit miffed.
You should be miffed. That's a terrible thing to say.
I took a dim view and turned round and I went out to him and said, you can't say that. I said to him, this is just ridiculous. Could you tell me what you said again? And he looked at me and said, you effing crip. Right?
In this day and age, 2006, the doorman of Moldiva, London Argo Street, Google our diva Moldiva, send emails to Moldiva, said what? F off you effing cripple.
So I got slightly angry, pushed forward towards him. Suddenly these other bouncer friends held me back. I laughed because I thought this is silly, you know. But then he said to me, you'd have a chance if you had effing legs.
Oh dear! If you had effing legs at Moldiva, the doorman of Moldiva.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Disgusting.
Unbelievable.
Illegal, I think, probably.
So
Probably illegal to say that.
ruined my whole night.
What ruined your night?
Was totally
Depressing.
enraged.
Did he actually front up? To have
Yeah,
a
he
fight?
front up and he was looking me in the eye, and you could see the pleasure at the comment. He could
nasty.
you could see that he was so happy that I was angry, and the angrier I got, the happier he got, and he absolutely loved it.
That's like his sexual perversion. But you are quite hard because you're like basketball and you're quite healthy. It must be a disadvantage that you're sat down, but your punch must still be quite hard.
Well, I think if it came down to it, I would have won.
I think you could take him, Addy.
No, I felt that, but I just thought. I mean, what was going through this guy's brain?
I remember you said, well, probably sort of mush, primeval ooze, I would imagine, or probably drugs. I don't know. Perhaps it's okay to take drugs if you're a doorman at Moldiva, because their employment policy at Moldiva seems a bit odd. Argyle Street, London, Moldiva, seems a bit odd. Google it. I think people should send emails to Moldiva.
So you'd recognise this bloke?
Yeah, of course I'd recognise him. Standing.
I think we'd all recognise him as the kind of grunting Neanderthal that we're all familiar with, dragging this country back into the Stone Age with their prejudice, ignorance and hatred. Mate, you said you've not heard anything said that to you like since you've been sort of at school, and that was like in, I don't know how old you are, I presume it was in the 80s.
It was in the 80s. It was in the 80s. And
When racism was then good, clean fun, another kind of prejudice was
It's standard
acceptable.
procedure.
Standard. We were into it then, back then. It's alright. We all liked it. But now it's out of date, man. You gotta move on. You gotta move on,
Come
dog.
on, man.
Have some new prejudices against asylum seekers or something. Have an acceptable prejudice.
Yeah, it's the 21st century.
21st century
What's that all about?
prejudices. Okay, so well, we'll be very interested in your views, but mostly if you're going to send an email, send it to Moldiva. Okay, and yeah, let them know what you think of that sort of behaviour. Should we listen to a little bit of music? What are we going to have, Matty Morg?
I think we're going to have the 80s Matchbox Beeline Disaster.
That is going to be great. Is it nice when Trevor actually shuts up? Lovely, isn't it? Quiet. Oh, it's dormant in here. It's lovely.
We should put the doorman in the box as well.
We should put that doorman in a wooden box, man. Someone should carve him up. No incitement to violence on the radio. Hello. I would consider it an act of loyalty if anyone who's a friend of this show was to throw acid onto his face or car. No, that's joking. Hey, I'm only joking. Only joking.
Not that sort of acid, anyway.
No, only joking like that doorman was joking at Moldiva. Okay then, so let's listen to this
Throw an egg at
track.
him.
Throw an egg at him. With some acid in it. Listen, I make no apologies for not liking people who prejudicially say F off you effing cripple, you'd be out front up to me if you had effing legs. I think, do you know what I mean? Blimey, you're out on your own then, mate. You're out on your own then.
You've ostracised
You've
yourself.
ostracised yourself from the rules of society.
He should lose his legs, that man.
Matt Morgan, there you are.
I like your style, man.
Instant karma's gonna get you.
Come on,
Okay,
man.
let's have a listen to some music now and then contemplate the legal issues that we've just raised in the last thing.
This is Six Music.
Right, so listen to Russell Brand. Trevor, stop moving your mic! What's wrong with you?
In a box.
Nice to be in a box. Exciting. It says, look at this though, someone says, before I start, Trevor, stop messing with your microphone, leave it alone, Trevor. Before I start, I feel Locke should be freed. I wouldn't want him to become a martyr. Keep up the good work, and here is a poem. It's a really good poem, but it's quite long, actually, so we might read it in a little bit. But yeah, perhaps we've made a martyr of Cocky Locky, have we? I don't think so. I don't think anyone's
so.
going to sympathise with
Not
him.
when it's been described as having a musky scent now, his box.
Yeah, people are saying that box stinks.
Well, if you smell cardboard is a bit
You
musty.
stink
No,
in there,
it's
mate.
the smell of your
I
back.
smell like a daisy.
Your
Also,
scalp.
a lot of people are saying that Trevor was the doorman at Moldiva and made those unacceptable, prejudiced, hateful remarks to Addy Depetal. A lot of people are saying that was Trevor. Certainly, it was one of Trevor's mouthpieces that worked for him spreading his vile crimes. Here is an email, I think it's to Charlotte. Your surname's Guzzin, isn't it, Charlotte? Oh, sorry about that for revealing that. Watch 'em, my dear, because this person, we just don't know this person's name, that means. Watch 'em, my dear boys. My mother's a wheelchair user and enjoys going to gigs. She has been known to dismantle her wheelchair and hit people with the removable arms when they express discriminatory behaviour towards her. I would not condone her behaviour, but they never do it again. That person's got more legal sense than us. I admit it bothers to do a disclaimer in their email. I would not condone that. Matt, that person should lose their legs. That's it. Amazing.
No, I'm saying
professional broadcasters.
That was a philosophical
on the BBC.
You said throw acid.
You said throw acid. He's lovely when he gets angry with me. He jabs his little finger out at me. His little face goes all
I
red.
don't get angry anymore. I use your energy against you.
You're using my energy. Since we've had Master Sue, we know how to use our anger properly, don't we? Look at Trevor. Even Trevor can turn being imprisoned into a box into a sexual experience.
He's sitting there like Tony Montana.
Yeah. See that pelican fly? See that pelican fly? He loves it in the jacuzzi, bless him.
Come in. Who wants to join me in the box?
Who wants to draw? Oh, come on, let's celebrate the box. Kieran,
No one
Kieran
wants
here,
to
friend
get
of the
in.
show. Get in the box with
Come
Trev.
on, Kieran.
Might as well. Oh, let's see how people. Why don't you
Take your
get in
shoes
the box?
off first.
Trev, you can't have house rules for your box.
You shouldn't be allowed visitors.
It's like the door policy at Modiva, trying to get in that box. Stay away from it, Kieran, you've got long hair.
You can fit in. You want to come down?
Melanie, you can get in the box as well. Oh, there's all sorts of people in that box. Typical of it.
Trevor,
Trevor, that is meant to be a punishment, that box.
you
This
should
is
not be
unbelievable.
accepting guests.
Okay. Right, once everyone's snug in their box, Matt Morgan will do his world-famous cultural review where he reviews a little bit of culture. Did you make a jingle, Matt, for your cultural review? That is the sound of people getting into a box.
you
don't
make
worry.
one?
I can't remember. No, we didn't make one. Okay.
Don't need one.
Hold on, let's make a jingle for it now. I'm Matt Morgan, reviewing culture. It seems a bit odd. When I've had no education, don't understand the situation, and culture to me is anathema. Go on, then that do.
No education.
Well, you've had a bit of one. It weren't very good, though. You weren't concentrating.
I was.
Well, go on, then tell us a fact, then, about art or something. An interesting fact.
Well,
about Henry Moore, or I don't know, or about that bloke who, René Deschamps.
Oh,
Marcel
God.
Deschamps.
No.
Good, I've done nothing about
Rennie
it.
Deschamps?
Marcel Deschamps, I don't know what they're all called.
What? Russell thinks that Rennies, the indigestion tablets, are called Renes. Like they're from Hello.
Get me some Renes!
Get me a Rene.
I have une condition gastrique. Matt, do your cultural... That's quite funny. Do your cultural review, mate.
Okay.
Right, what did you do?
They're never set up properly. You just yell at me to do it, and then you
Well, what
tear
do
it
you
to
want?
pieces.
Alright, I'll be generous. Matt, you and I have been friends a long time. I respect you both professionally as an artist and as a fellow broadcaster, and most of all as a friend.
Nah, this is making me feel sick.
Yeah, well, can't do your culture. You can't have it both ways, you little tit.
I went to the BBC proms.
You went to the
at
proms.
the
What was that
Royal
like? What,
Albert
last
Hall.
night of the proms, all them flags?
The last night is the last night of it. Look at Trevor.
What's the difference? Look at him
This
smug
is
in
my
his
culture
box.
review.
Shut up!
He's got pals.
Put a photo of that of him in his box with people. He's pimped his box, isn't he, G? We should get Tim Westwood on the phone. I love that man.
I love him too.
Brilliant, isn't he? Go on, alright, so
Yeah,
you went
so-
to the last night of the proms.
At the Royal Albert Hall, which I've never been to. It's amazing in there.
I've been there, I've performed there with
I know
Ricky
you did.
Gervais. I've done some stand-up in there.
We're on the...
Not on the
stage. Like in the stage or on the centre bit.
stage. It was a stage at one end, right? And it's
Oh,
like
right.
being inside a great big coliseum
It's
or a
amazing,
cake.
isn't it?
Yeah, amazing.
It's really good, actually. It's like... I've noticed a few things, because after I went to the opera,
Yeah.
right, and it's a similar crowd, it smells of imperial leather.
Imperial
soap.
Leather, the soap. Other soaps are
Because
available.
it's old people who've gone out for the night
Yeah.
and made an effort, and they've
So they've scrubbed themselves with Imperial Leather.
scrubbed themselves. And
Where else have you noticed this? Imperial Leather used to have a really sexy advert when we were kids. Do you remember? Imperial Leather, her only comfort in life. And then that woman wash her knockers.
What about Camay? The Camay one where she had to use 2 different soaps.
Trevor, you pervert! Get to bed!
You're too far from the mic
Stay in your box. Actually, guess
to
what?
be relevant.
Yeah, you're irrelevant that far from the mic. Do you know what? One time, right, when I was a kid, the lady over the road, Josie, her plumbing failed, right? So obviously a plumber didn't descend through the roof like in Trevor's loopy world. So she had to come over to our house to have a bath. And I was only about 6 years old, but I heard my mum on the phone going, yeah, of course you come over and use our bath, right? I thought, oh, Josie, I really liked her. She had big knockers, right? So like, I was only about 6, but I goes, right, I took all my stuff Star Wars figures and that into the bathroom before knowing she was come over, set up camp, started playing, oh, I'm playing Star Wars in the bathroom. My mum comes over with Josie and goes, Russell, you have to get out of there. Josie's having a bath now, so you'll have to... Trevor, leave the microphone alone, Trevor!
Really
I'm in the
loud.
middle of an anecdote. Move your head close to the mic, for God's sake. My mum goes, Russell, we'll have to get out of the bathroom now because Josie's come over to have a bath. And Josie goes, oh, it's all right. He don't mind. He's only 6. Leave him in here. You fools! I thought, I know exactly what I'm doing, right? She was in there in the bath, all with her big knockers, washing herself and that. It's brilliant. She was the woman from over the road, and I properly fancied her. Later in life, I wrote pornographic stories myself about Josie, right, and amended her holiday
She know,
photos.
is she going to be listening to
This will be the first time she learns of it, I think. And I amended her holiday photos of her in a bikini once, which was sort of tangerine in colour, almost the same colour as her skin. Drew nipples on it so I could use it as a pornographic device. That's my life!